welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So this video was supposed to be a get ready with me, but because I'm already ready, I just finished filming a different video, so I'm already ready. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just answer the questions that you guys asked me. I'm gonna pull up the questions from my Instagram right now to see what kind of juicy questions you guys asked me. These questions, I had asked you guys to ask me a question not curly hair related or anything like that. So this is gonna be a more lifestyle question and answer type of thing. So it's like a little get to know me, get to know
I just uploaded
excuse me. So it's a little more get to know me and just like personal questions. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have not looked at any of these questions, so let's see. Okay, so the first question is, how old am I? And I am 24 years old. My birthday was February 2nd. So I'm currently 24. Do you want to have kids? Of course. I definitely do want to have kids in the future though. I don't have a number. I know I want more than one kid. I feel like whatever God gives us, then, you know, God gives us. But I don't have like a plan like I want 4 kids, I want 5 kids. I just know I don't want only one kid because I don't want my kid to be an only child. I do believe that having siblings is such a blessing. So if I can have more than one kid, that would be amazing. Are you married? No, I'm not married yet. Not yet, but hopefully soon. What is your ethnicity? So I am 100% Dominican, and both of my parents are from DR, therefore I'm Dominican. Okay, so this question says, I recall you said you exchanged your engagement ring. Can you share the reason why? So I'm actually having a dedicated video for that question because a lot of you guys that paid attention, you know that I did switch out my engagement ring to the one that I'm currently wearing right now. And I do have a full-on video dedicated just for all your questions. So that video should be coming along very, very soon. Okay, so another question that I got is a lot relating to dip powder nails. I do get my dip powder from Revel Nails on Instagram. They're amazing. I love that brand, and that's like the only dip powder that I use for my nails. Now I'm going to be doing a dedicated video to that as well when it's time for me to redo my nail. I kind of just did them a couple days ago, so they're still pretty fresh. The reason I haven't posted a video dedicated to me doing dip powder was because I felt like I wasn't really experienced enough in that field as far as showing you guys, but it's been a couple months. I've done it a bunch of times, so now I think I got the hang of it. The only issue is actually shaping my nails. I guess that's like the only part where I struggle with. So I guess I can be transparent and just do a video on my next time I do my nails, show you guys exactly how I do it. And if you have any suggestions, maybe you guys can help me out on how to properly shape my nails, because I feel like I cannot get the same exact shape on all of my fingers, which sucks. So maybe you guys can help me with that. I've seen this question a couple times, and the question is, where do you go to get your eyebrows done? And to be honest, you guys, I have not gone to get my eyebrows done in, I would say, over a year. I pretty much just learned how to shape them myself because I am a very picky person and I like things done a specific way. When it comes to like maintenance, like my hair, like a whole bunch of stuff, I just like things done a very specific way. And I feel like if another person cannot do it the way I like it, then I just gotta learn and do it myself. So that's kind of why I also got into dip powder, because I was never able to get the perfect manicure the way I envisioned it or the way I saw other people doing it. So I kind of came along with eyebrows. Like I feel like my eyebrows, they were never done the way I envisioned them. Sometimes they were too thick, sometimes they were too thin, and I just kind of learned how to do it myself. What I pretty much do is I pluck them out once I align the shape of the eyebrow and how it should look. I take a eyebrow pencil, I kind of shape them before I shade them in. Any hairs that are excess, I kind of just pluck them out. And that's really what I've been doing for like the last year and a half. And it's been working perfectly. Okay, next question is, how did you become so confident in yourself? This is a great question because I wouldn't say I'm like the most confident person. It's tricky because on Instagram, like you post highlights, right? Any influencer you see, like any picture that's on an Instagram is most likely the highlight of that day, of the event, or whatever. It's the highlight. So you only see like the positive. And to be honest, I do have my moments where I'm not confident. I would say 50% of the time I don't feel like I'm proud of how I look, or like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it, but like what you see is not always reality, right? As far as how can I explain this, like, so you guys can understand? What you see is not always what you get, right? So all of the time, just because I would post an outfit picture doesn't mean that I was having a good day that day and I was like super confident. Oh my God, like obviously you look good, you feel good, right? So there are days when I'm not wearing makeup, I'm dressed in pajamas or house clothes or whatever, and I feel like crap because I didn't make the effort to like make myself feel good. You know what I mean? So I guess just finding confidence in yourself. It's taking care of yourself, right? Eating right, drinking water, maybe do yourself a manicure, a pedicure, shave, exfoliate, like just pamper yourself and, you know, practice makeup looks or whatever it is that you like to do on yourself that will make you feel better and just be more confident in who you are and the way God made you. So I guess you guys see those days, the days where I do dress up, I do, you know, make myself feel good, but you don't really see the days where I'm like a bum in the house eating Oreos. You know what I mean? Like those are the types of things that you guys don't see, so you think I'm confident all the time when in reality I'm not always that confident. What kind of jobs did you work before? So before YouTube, or before being an influencer or whatever you want to call it, before, I don't know what the title will be, but just before this, I was actually working at a bank, HSBC. I started off as a teller, then I moved on to customer service, then I did a big jump and I worked in the business, in corporate business, and I was an executive assistant there. And honestly, I thought that was going to be like my dream job, my dream position. I always wanted to work for corporate, so getting that job, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, I love this job. You guys, I only lasted there 5 months. I would say 6 months max, because once I was in the corporate world, I realized it wasn't for me. I wasn't happy there. I didn't like the idea of just sitting on a desk from 9 to 5, sometimes from 8 to 6. Like the days were just super long, and it was literally my life revolved around work. And I wasn't into it. Like, to be honest, I just wasn't into it. The environment, I didn't feel welcome. I was the youngest person there. I had curly hair. It was business corporate. It was corporate business corporate, whatever you want to call it. It was just not my environment, and I didn't really feel like I fit there. So after like 5 to 6 months, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a leap of faith and I'm gonna quit my job and see wherever God takes me. But prior to that, I was working retail. Before I got into the bank, I was working retail. I was working in Banana Republic. And before Banana Republic, I was working in Aeropostale, which is where I met my fiance. So I went from Aero to the Manhattan Mall to Banana to the bank. Okay, how was your apartment hunting process? Any recommendations / tips? Okay, so house hunting or apartment hunting was actually, how would I explain it? So I was mentioning like I want to move out since like last year, October or like September, right? I was like, I want to move out, I want to have my own space, my own place, you know, I want to do my own thing type of thing. So the idea was in my head since, you know, like before September, but I didn't really start looking until February, right? So that's kind of around the time where things were like falling into place. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to just make this decision and go for it. Kind of take a leap of faith the same way I did when I quit my job. I was like, God, if this is for me, I'm going to reach out and grab it and hope and pray that it is for me. If not, I know God works all things together for our good. So I knew that eventually, whether it was for me or whether it was not for me, you know, God was going to be in control of the situation. And honestly, you guys, I feel like this place that I'm currently in was given to me from God, like legit. It may sound kind of weird, but it was. I found this place online, and as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it, and I was like, oh my God, this has to be my place. Like, it has to be my place. Like, I prayed about it, and I was like, God, you know, like, it's a little over my budget on what I wanted to spend, but I'm gonna, you know, hope and pray and see if this is from God, then He will give it to me. If it's not, there's plenty other homes out there. So I kind of found the place. My mind was on it. We pitched to the person, to the broker, realtor, whatever it is, and we didn't hear back from them. We didn't hear anything for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, And I was kind of like determined to get this home. At least everything that I could do in my power. Like I was like, I'm gonna try to get it, and God, you're like in control. So I reached out and I made phone calls. I was calling everyone and their mom, trying to get in contact with the homeowner and all that other stuff. So long story short, this place was literally handed to me in a way. Like it was literally just handed to me, and it had my name slapped on it, and I'm so glad it did, because this is like my favorite place. Like I'm so happy that this is my first place, and at 24 I'm able to say I live on my own, supporting myself, and just having this space, which is more than I asked for, you guys. You have no idea. Like I was just looking for a 1 to 2 bedroom, and you know, just one where I can film, the other one where I could sleep, and nothing too crazy. And then God was like, girl, here you go, I'm gonna give you double what you asked for, which is crazy, because I was like, 4 bedrooms, like I'm only one person, what the heck am I gonna do with a 4 bedroom? But it was literally God, and I cannot believe, I'm still like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, yo, this is my place. Like it's crazy. So moral of the story is, trust in God in any decision that you're gonna make. Pray about it, do your homework, and really just trust in God that He's gonna guide you into the place where He wants you to be. And don't be afraid to take a leap of faith, like legit. A lot of the successfulness, or a lot of things that I've been successful in, I don't really like to use that word, but a lot of things that had a good outcome, it was because I took a leap of faith, and I was like, God, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to trust in you that you're walking with me, and that you're the one guiding me. And if I made a mistake or I made a wrong turn, I know God, with His love and His mercy, He's going to just pick me up and swing me back into the direction that I need to be in. So moral of the story is, this place was a miracle. It was literally all God, and I'm still like in awe that He decided to trust me with this place. Like it's crazy, and all the glory goes to God, of course. I'm still mind blown, and if He did it for me, He can totally do it for you. So never forget that. Okay, so this is a little sticky conversation, and this is an interesting topic and a question. The question is, why didn't I move in with my fiance? So my answer to that, you may disagree with it. We all chose, we all have the liberty and freedom to do whatever we want, but I believe that a boyfriend or a fiance should not have the privileges of a husband. You know what I mean? Like a husband is your man for life. Like he is your husband. That can be debatable, of course, because divorce does exist, but in my eyes, divorce does not exist, okay? I feel like marriage is such a big deal. Like it's a huge thing, and it's definitely something that you need to go into like 159,000% knowing that God created this man for you, right? Like, how can I explain? I'm trying to explain it like the best way possible, but pretty much like in my eyes, a husband is everything, right? He's more than a fiance, more than a boyfriend. Like you're in a new level and a new chapter, and therefore he gets husband privileges. In my eyes, living with me or moving in together with my fiance is just not something we planned on doing or we've ever decided to do because of temptation, if you know what I'm saying. So we decided to move in together when we get married. He will be moving into my place just because, hello, there's like a million rooms in here. So he will be moving into my place, but long story short, like if he's not a husband, he shouldn't get husband privileges. And I think that living with someone and sleeping with someone, that's a big deal, and not anyone should have that privilege to do that and to hold such a important part in your life. And that's the reason why we don't live together. Okay, where do you find jeans long enough for you? Hashtag tall girl problems. Girl, I got you. Like, I understand. Tall girl problems for real. I'm 5'8", by the way, if you guys didn't know. Your girl is real tall, and I used to struggle, but ever since Fashion Nova came through, like, you know, like Fashion Nova always comes through. So I usually get my jeans from Fashion Nova, American Eagle, or Levi's. They usually have the longer option, so check out those 3 places. What kind of music do you like? Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so I'm very basic, and I mean, I'm not really up to date with like the pop songs. Obviously, like the ones that are very famous that everyone plays, I'm bound to like listen to it. But most of the time, I spend my time whenever I'm listening to music, it's usually worship music or like love songs. So like I have the All of Me radio station on Pandora, and whatever songs go on there, that's kind of what I listen to. But on my phone, most of the songs are worship music, like Spanish music and like worship, like Spanish worship music. So I pretty much just listen to worship music. Was your boyfriend mad when you made changes to the ring? Hell yeah, he was mad. He was upset, but obviously I didn't do anything like behind his back. Like it took me a while to let him know, which obviously you guys will see in the video that I explained like everything. He got mad, he got over it, we worked things out, and we both kind of compromised and met in the middle. Would you ever microbleed your brows? Oh my God. You know what's funny? I actually considered it, but I was like, you have to like really trust somebody to be able to do that, because once those suckers are on, honey, they're not coming off. So I haven't felt like, one, I don't think I need it. It's not, I don't like, I want to wake up and look like French Ellie, you know what I mean? I don't want to wake up all done and like perfect brows. Like I want to look a little crusty sometimes, like maybe not crusty, okay, but like natural, I guess. And I feel like if I have brows on 24/7, I'm not really gonna look natural. I mean, it's nice, like depending on who does it. Let me correct myself. Depending on who does it, I feel like you can achieve like a nice natural full brow, but I don't think I would ever microblade my eyebrows. On top of that, I'm scared of needles, so no, I don't think so. Are you nervous about getting married young? Oh my God, that's a good question. I actually don't feel like I'm young. This may sound dumb, but I actually don't feel like I'm like super young anymore. Like I'm about to be 25 next year, like mid-20s. I feel like that's not even like young anymore. Like I've seen people get married 21, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I feel like I'm not young. I feel like this is actually a good age to start my life. I mean, not start my life. I really don't like when people say like, I want to start life. It's not really start life. It's continuing life with your partner, you know, because life started the day you were born, right? So I feel like it's a good time or a good age to be able to transition into a different step in your life or a different moment in life. So 24, I think is a good age, or 25, you know, God knows when we get married. But yeah, I think it's a good age. I'm nervous because I've never been married before. I've never lived with a man. I've never like, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be different. It's a whole different world, and like you have to learn how to deal with the other person 24/7, and like habits, you know, like little things that you might feel like you don't like or you don't know, and you kind of figure it out when you get married, and it's like, oh, well, till death do us part. At this point, it's like no turning back. So I am a little nervous, but at the same time, like I'm ready for it. It is what it is. But okay, this is a good question. What do you do when you're not making YouTube videos? So when I'm not filming, I will either be editing, organizing the house, trying to figure out what I want to do. I'll go to my parents' house, hang out with my parents, shop, because I like to shop. And what else do I like to do? Make food, eat. I like to go out to eat. What else? Oh my God, I feel like I have such a boring life. And travel when I can. Oh my God, I feel like I sound so boring, but yeah, I don't really do much. My life is not that interesting, I promise you. What made you want to become an influencer? Okay, so let me answer that. So I didn't even know that the influencing world existed when I started my Instagram page. It was just me literally documenting my healthy hair journey. Like I had heat damage hair, very severe heat damage hair, and I transitioned to like having healthy hair, right? So what I would do is just I would document everything that I did, the products I use, the hairstyle I use, the progress of my hair that day, how I refresh my curls. And because people were asking me like, oh my god, what did you use in your hair today, or what did you do, or do you finger coil your hair, is your hair naturally like that, what hairstyle, how did you do that hairstyle. So I use Instagram as a platform to just show exactly what my routines were like. So if you scroll down to my Instagram, all the way down, like when I first started, I had a lot of product posts like, this is the combo that I used today. I had a lot of hairstyle. I mean, I still kind of do hairstyle, but not as much as I used to before, because doing different hairstyles for me really helped my transitioning journey. I would do perm rods, flexi rod sets, roller sets, a whole bunch of different things, braids, twists, all that fun stuff. That's what I was doing, and that kind of made my journey, my transitioning journey, super fun, because I was always able to achieve a different hairstyle and a different curl pattern or like result depending on what product I used. So I became the only product junkie, and that's why I have so many products, to be honest. Like in the beginning I was just buying because I wanted to see what would work in my hair, and now like fast forward, it's crazy because now they get sent to me, and that was always like a dream. I was like, oh my god, I would love one day for Shea Moisture to send me products. That's like my #1 favorite brand. Back in the day I used to love Shea Moisture, and when they first liked one of my photos, I almost died. I almost had a heart attack. I was like, oh my god, I would love to work with Shea Moisture. And I ended up getting a bunch of products from them, and my heart died. Like I legit almost lost it. I was like, oh my god. So then like with time I figured out, oh my god, like you can actually get paid to do videos and all this other stuff. So I was doing that while I was working full-time and in school, and it was just a hobby to me, honestly. Like I was doing my hair on a regular anyway. I was doing these hairstyles on a regular day basis, so why not just film it? And that's kind of how it took off. Again, I had no idea this was like a thing. I didn't know people cared about curly hair, because at the time everyone still was rocking their straight hair, and I was kind of like the oddball with curls. But now it's crazy how much things have changed over the years. Okay, this question is, do you deal with anxiety? And if you do, how do you cope with it? So I feel like everyone at one point in their life goes through anxiety. You know, some things you may feel like are out of control or like out of your control, and like you may feel overwhelmed and all this other stuff. And obviously I've had anxiety moments. I wouldn't like dwell too much like, oh my god, I feel anxious, I feel this. Like to me it's not like, I don't let it kind of overtake, you know. Like I do get overwhelmed, but I don't let it overtake. Honestly, how do I cope with it? Prayer, worship music, and listening to a preaching, to be honest. Like that just gets my mind out of the real world and just takes me, it literally just helps me get my mind out of what's around me and what I feel like it's out of my control, and just spend some time with Jesus, and he takes control of everything, to be honest. Like if I'm anxious and I'm like annoyed or I'm angry, I'm sad, if I gotta cry, I will cry, but then after that, that's it. Like we're not talking about it, we're not dealing with it, like move on from it. I don't like to dwell in situations that much, because I feel like the enemy uses that to take over and to like try to get you to go crazy, and like, oh my god, like you get so overwhelmed, like to the point where you can't function. And that's just a big no-no for me. I'm like, if I feel like I'm getting like too overwhelmed or like too anxious and like, oh my god, like what's going on, like I can't, like that's when I just kind of disconnect from everything and just really take a step back into some music to just calm me down or like relax me, and go for a walk or do something that will take my mind off of what the root of the issue is or what the issue is. But I don't really dwell in things that make me anxious, and I just pray, and I'm like, God, you take control of this situation, because clearly I cannot, and I'm just a hot mess. So give me peace to be able to surpass the storm, and once it's over and you look back, you're like, yo, was I really tripping for that? Like, was it that serious? So pretty much don't dwell in anything that makes you anxious. Obviously some things are inevitable, like you have to deal with certain situations, but pray and listen to some worship music. I promise, like worship music just does something to your soul and makes you forget about the world. So that is like my sense of escape. How many languages do you speak? I speak Spanish and English. And a lot of you guys ask me why I don't do Spanish videos, and I've been trying. Okay, let me not lie, I haven't really been trying, but I've been wanting to do a Spanish video for a very long time. But a lot of like the routines and like the steps, let's say I would do a wash and go in Spanish, like I don't even know how to say wash and go in Spanish. Like, is that even a thing? Like lavar y irte or something. I don't know. I really don't know like the terminology for like styling my hair in Spanish. Like, ahora yo voy a usar un cepillo de Denman y me lo voy a poner en el pelo así. Like, I don't know how to do a like step-by-step progress. Like, I don't even know what a leave-in conditioner is called in Spanish. I don't know. I know conditioners acondicionador or something along those lines. Like, I really don't know. Defining cream. Like, I really don't know how to translate it. And also, my Spanish isn't the best. Like, I don't really talk proper Spanish, like the one you learn in college. Like, I talk more of the machucao Spanish, like the Spanglish, bilingual-ish. So I feel like you guys will be ODing in the comments if I do like a dedicated Spanish video, or maybe I'm just being too hard on myself. I don't know. I'm gonna work on it. Hopefully I can do one, because I know it's not fair. Que yo tengo mucha gente que habla en español y que siempre ven mi video, pero no entiende lo que yo estoy diciendo. So, lo que yo le estaba diciendo ahora mismo, déjame traducir, es que yo hablo el español bien machucado. So, yo hablo mucho Spanglish. So, hacer un video dedicadamente solamente hablando en español es como un poquito difícil, porque yo no sé cómo describir los productos o cómo yo voy a describir cómo yo me estoy haciendo el pelo. En inglés es más fácil para mí, pero en el español, como yo nunca explico cómo me hago el cabello en español, es como un task, you know. So, yo no sé cuándo voy a hacer un video en español. Maybe me pueden hacer preguntas y la puedo contestar en español. Maybe puedo comenzar con eso. Pero hacerme una rutina del cabello, bueno, señores, yo no sé cómo hacer eso en español. Okay, and now the last and final question is, how have you been adjusting living on your own? And I would say now I'm pretty good. Like, now I'm like, okay. But before, like in the beginning, I was like, oh my god, like it's so quiet, because I used to live with a bunch of people, and now it's like it's just me. For the most part, it's always very, very quiet, so I usually leave the TV on. But overall, it's been pretty good, to be honest. Still sleep with the door closed and locked. I don't trust nobody. I got trust issues, so I sleep making sure that I'm good. Comment down below if you sleep with the door closed and locked. Let me know that I'm not like the only weirdo that does that, but for some reason I sleep with the door closed and locked. But pretty much it's been great having my own space. Like, it's a blessing, like I mentioned, you know, earlier, but it's been amazing. I love having my own space, being able to work whenever I want to, you know what I mean? Like, before I used to live with a lot of people, so I had to do work when no one was home or when it was quiet. And now here I have the flexibility of doing different things. But yeah, it's been great and I love it. So that pretty much sums up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and asking me so many juicy questions. You guys actually asked me a whole bunch more, but I don't want this video to be like 45 minutes long. But if you guys want me to continue answering more personal questions, leave them in the comment down below. Let me know what questions, what has you wondering, or what you would like to know about me in the comment down below. And then I will try my very best to answer them if there's enough questions to do another video, and if you guys like this one. So leave me a comment down below, and if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Charlie's Curls so we can stay connected and be curl friends. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.